What's up, guys? My name is Jomel Socorro,
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
and we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game and anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu. This is episode 33.
Good old 3-3.
How are you, Jarron? How's your week so far?
My week has been consumed by Divinity Original Sin 2.
Which is, I'm not familiar with the title.
It's a top-down RPG, turn-based RPG.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get as far as the explanation goes. All right.
Yeah, it's like I love it because it's like really in depth with this combat system. You have your various systems, but like you can interact with the environment, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess I shouldn't say interact with the environment necessarily, but different elements interact with each other.
So it's sort of like it's how do you say it? It's sort of like an immersive environment, sort of, so to speak.
I wouldn't say immersive. I mean, it's top down, so you can't really get.
Interactive environment. Maybe?
Yeah, it's interactive in a sense. So,
Okay.
well, here, let me give a quick example. So,
Right.
there's a spell where you can like rain down a pool of blood.
Right.
All right, that's cool and all. That's threatening. It makes people bleed if they don't have any physical armor. But you can shoot a lightning spell on it, and then that entire pool will become electrified.
Okay.
Or you can use a spell like a fire spell,
Mm-hmm.
that'll hit it, and then it'll like, superheat it, and it'll become a cloud of
Right.
like a electrified cloud.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different shit like that. Like you can put down oil and make that blow up. You can fucking
Okay. So like it's sort of reactive in a way.
yeah,
Like
it's reactive. That's
it'll just kind of like connect in terms of what you end up doing per your moves, and then it's sort of just reactionary depending what you do next or whatever something else happens after that, right? From
right.
what
Essentially,
I can.
whatever the enemies do, you deal with it.
Okay.
Because
That's
again,
pretty cool.
turn-based.
All right.
But yeah, I've
Well.
been thoroughly enjoying it because it's also a really good story and very well written.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for me, I've been doing nothing but grinding through Destiny, because I'm a bad person.
No, it's well. I mean, yes, you're a bad person, but I have heard from another friend, but that this expansion for Destiny essentially blows Taken King out of the water.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I would have to say that it does bring back a lot of a lot of the updates that came with it gave back a lot of what you used to have to do back in Destiny 1.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you see that as a good or bad thing, that's on you, but I see it more as actually kind of a good thing because it's not so stripped down anymore to like in a how do you say, in a casual player base, in a sense, but you can
MMO
still
now.
well, yeah, you can probably. I mean, you can still play casually, but you can, if you wanted to, you could still go in as hard as you want to. But it's not too casual where everyone can just pick it up right away. There's still a learning curve. There's now a learning curve, a new learning curve with all the new mechanics and all the new materials and how everything else is reworked essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been thoroughly enjoying the Forsaken update. I know maybe a couple podcasts ago, I said that I wouldn't purchase the expansion and let the community, tear it apart, and I'd wait. But I honestly couldn't, and it's probably because all of the all the promo, all of the promo that they put out, and you know what, I've been there for every major expansion day one, so I just couldn't let this go. I'm like an OG Destiny player, so I can't let that go, even if I'm not like world first tier at this point. So, but I have enjoyed my time with Forsaken so far.
And I'm sure you listeners will too. As much as I bash on the Destiny series, it's mainly because I don't play it, and I bash anything that I'm not into.
So you're just a hater then?
But I mean, my first experience with it was Destiny 1, and I didn't care for it as much. So
Really? Well, was it like way back, like back in the beginning of Destiny 1?
yeah, beginning of Destiny 1, it was like I saw possible potential, and as much as I don't like shooters, I enjoy, like, I don't know, I guess fantasy shooters.
Yeah, you could say it's more sci-fi if anything.
Sci-fi, because I also enjoy Warframe a lot.
Right. If anything, I kind of compare Destiny more to like a what is it, a Borderlands, kind of like uh format in a sense. Like it's pretty much like Borderlands except online in
Right.
a sense.
I
So
mean, there is quote unquote a Borderlines online, but we don't talk about that.
oh, is there? I've never run into that.
I don't think it's available in the West.
Oh, I see.
Or
Okay.
maybe that information's wrong, but check me on that.
True. Well, but we do know in the East, Nintendo finally came around to do their Nintendo Direct after the delay, right? Because of their earthquake, right?
Yeah, there was a. It was in Hokkaido, right? Mainly.
I'm not completely sure
I, I
geographically.
I believe it was mainly in Hokkaido, though I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure. Don't quote me on that because I don't look anything up. I'm fucking a piece of garbage. But there was an earthquake in Japan, and it delayed a lot of things, understandably, because people had to make sure that they were alive
Right,
and
and everything
okay.
else is pretty much sustainable.
Right. But they came out with the direct. They announced, well, I can't say they really announced a lot of new games.
Mm-hmm.
They announced three that I was particularly interested in. Oh, they also announced another Smash character, but
Yeah, I
I'll
saw.
get to that. Luigi's Mansion 3, that's coming at some point. If you played the one for the DS, I guess you get to use all of Luigi's new fucking vacuum shit with the plunger and all that stuff. I only played the first one, but
Same.
I haven't had a DS, so I couldn't
Man,
play that one.
I never even knew there was a second one,
Yeah,
like until recently.
it was I don't remember how it went, but it was like mission based instead of you just exploring the house.
Oh, so it's not an open world, but
Yeah.
like you get a hub world and kind of go in per like stage in a sense.
To my understanding, I don't know very much about the game, but this one looks like it's probably gonna be open world again.
Okay,
Hopefully.
this is for the
Um,
Switch, right? Or I don't know what
Switch, yeah,
they. Okay,
Switch.
okay.
Um, there was that game called what was it? Damon X Machina. They
I
gave
think
us some more
if
information. It's that mech one that they were coming out. That's all red and
oh
shit.
right.
They came out with more information about that, and that looks fucking
Oh,
sick as
do
shit. Like,
do
I'm so
tell.
excited. So, they went more into it about like weapon systems and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what it looks like, I guess there might be different classes of mech you can take out,
Mm-hmm.
but all the attachments that come with it, like I guess when you start the game, you don't have any, but you gain them from enemies. So, like, you go kill an enemy, you pick up the weapon, and that's yours if you complete the mission while it's still in your inventory.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's kind
I,
of like a scavenger kind of
yeah,
loadout in a sense.
yeah, and mech shit, mech stuff has a lot of attachments. You got your guns, your swords, your fucking shoulder cannons, and maybe boosters and stuff like that. But you can also get out of your mech and run around,
Really, that's kind of
and
cool.
you have various like upgrades you can put onto your own body, which
Mm-hmm.
also makes it seem like you can create your own character, which I'm all about. Uh, make your own waifus all day, every
Wait,
day.
what?
Yeah.
Like mecha waifus? There is that what
No,
you're gonna?
you make your own character, like the person
Oh,
piloting
like
the mech.
you can just personalize your
Yeah.
pilot. I see.
Well, you might be able to personalize your mech. I don't know yet. They didn't say anything about that as far as I saw.
Right. Yo, I'm just now googling this, and this looks pretty dope actually.
It does look dope. Like I
Like
love it.
I'm even liking the like even the art style choice that they made for this. It's not as I was picturing a little bit like a bit of more like very gritty, but it's actually kind of very colorful.
Yeah, no,
Colorful.
it's vibrant as shit. Like I love it.
Yeah. It's oversaturated with lasers and like sunsets galore.
I noticed red is their favorite color though.
Yeah. That seems to be the image they're going with their color palette. A lot of desert battles.
Right. But it does look pretty cool. In terms of multiplayer, so far they've said that the only multiplayer that you're gonna have is when you do like raids on other giant robots.
Okay. So
But
what's the kind of the platform? Like is it like open world or is it like hub mission based or
it looks like it's gonna be hub mission based.
mhm.
So I mean, if you're not into that and you're looking for more open world, there's fucking a myriad of games you can play. Though I
True.
don't know if there's any that are like mech based.
Not that I can think of, yeah. At least I mean if you want to count like the what is it? Um BioWare's new one that they're coming out with soon.
Oh, Anthem.
The Anthem, yeah. I
I mean,
mean
that's just not. I guess it's a mech. It's more like
exosuit mech.
exosuit mech. Yeah,
Still mech though, in a sense.
yeah,
Like
yeah. When I think mech, I think it's like at least a fucking tall as a building.
True, at least, or twice the size of the pilot itself.
Right. Theirs is just a little taller.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe not a little. Maybe they're like 10 feet, but like that's still not,
Right.
a mech. Um. Oh, I know what defines it. If you have to, I mean, I know there's mechs like in Pacific Rim where you move your arms and the mech moves its arms, but if your arm goes into the arm of the suit that you're wearing, it's a suit, so it's like
Oh,
it's a
okay.
exosuit.
Right.
But if
Like
you're piloting it, you're sitting down or you're in a like little, I don't know,
bubble.
circle bubble and you're moving around and the robot mimics you, then it's
Mm-hmm.
a mech.
Okay, so it's more proportionate to what to the pilot and the tool
Yeah,
that's being used, right?
yeah,
Okay, that would make sense as far as categorization goes.
right. And then let's see what else.
What was there? Is there a release date for Ex Machina?
I think there was, but I don't remember what it was. I think it's coming out next year.
Oh, okay. So the 2019 release kind of thing.
Yeah, 2019.
I see.
Um, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm super excited for that. They also announced this one game called Town that I'm interested in.
Mm,
It's by Game Freak. So the
okay.
reason why I'm mentioning is because it's by Game Freak, and it's their first game in a long time that's not Pokemon.
Right.
So
So what is
look
it?
up. It's essentially, it looks like it might be like a town building RPG, or you
Like The
play as like,
Sims?
not like The Sims, but like it's like you have your main character.
Mm-hmm.
He's the hero of this town, and for whatever reason, your town is special, and everything in the story that's gonna happen is gonna happen in that town. All the monsters are gonna come attack the town. Everything's just gonna happen in the town. So I guess you can either build the town or something, some shit other than just defending it. It's gonna happen, and it looks interesting specifically because that's the mechanic it's going with.
Right. Okay.
So,
That does sound interesting.
um, so I'm interested in it because of that mechanic and because it's by Game Freak, and I'm pretty excited on what they can do outside of Pokemon. I mean, granted, Pokemon games are good, so
Yeah. Right. Well, I don't know how the whole Go Pikachu and Go Eevee is gonna go. No pun intended. But
yeah,
but yeah, generally Pokemon games have always been pretty like well handled.
I think those two are going to do pretty well because they also showed a little bit more for those games on the direct,
Oh, did
and
they?
it looks pretty charming. All the all the HMs, the surf and fly and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly enough, that's all handled by Pikachu and Eevee.
Okay.
Like if you want to surf, they literally pull out a surfboard for you to surf on. If you want to fly, they like hook your ass up to some balloons.
Wow. Okay.
uh, some weird shit, but
Right.
I'm fine with it. It looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
Right. And apparently, like the Pokeball controller that you can get separately. Apparently, you can do the you play the entire game with that one controller, and it's like a Pokeball. It's the shape of a Pokeball,
Yeah.
and like the button is like a button and like a joystick in a sense, and you can
That's pretty cool.
you can operate the entire game with just a Pokeball apparently, and it has like the motion control, so you can do your catching and all that stuff as well.
Right. I mean, Pokemon's never been the most like
That's all menus,
intensive.
honestly.
I mean, there's still menus, but all you need to do is up, down, and select.
Yeah, exactly. It's all menu based essentially,
And as
and
long as
like
there's a back button, it just really needs like three buttons.
right.
Especially since they're doing it in the Kanto region where there
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really that many mini games to do.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, I expect it's going to be a lot of fun for veterans and
Like
newcomers alike.
newcomers, probably since it's also catering to those playing Pokemon Go as well.
Yeah. Um. Also, so going to Smash because obviously, like I said, this it's news included because I fucking jerked my dick all over Smash, even though I haven't played it in like 2 years.
Right. Definitely.
Um, they're coming
About.
out with a bundle for Smash that
Oh yeah.
went. It's available for pre-order on the 2nd of November. and the bundle comes with you get your you get your Switch decals, you get your controller decals, comes with the game, comes with GameCube controllers
It
and the
does.
adapter.
Wait. It comes with the controllers.
Yes.
Really? No way.
Yes. It comes with the fucking controllers, boy.
Does it? Oh
Yes.
man, I wasn't expecting. I thought it was just like a reskinned Switch bundle.
I mean, I can double check.
Because that sort of that changed the entire deal for me. Because I was reconsidering. I'm trying to reconsider now just because I was
Oh
like,
no,
oh, this seems pretty cool.
I'm definitely getting this shit. Like, I've been trying to push myself off from
Just buying a
getting it.
Switch.
What? No way! It's not $280. No, that's not real.
Yeah, because the normal Switch is 300. That's no fucking way.
Yeah, I was about to say no fucking way. Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Hold on, I'm on it right now too. I'm on researching this shit right now.
Um, but yeah, so it's coming out. It looks the decals. I mean, if you want to look it up at home, because I know you're listening, so you're probably not doing much else. So you
Right, and
can just look it up on your computer. But the Switch this like the port that plugs into your TV
right.
has like all the original characters from Smash Bros, like the Nintendo 64 version on the decal, and then the controller. While I appreciate it, it's a little lame. It's the cross, the Smash cross.
Right.
So on the left side of the controller, it's a down cross, and then a left cross, and on the right controller, it's just the rest of the right cross.
I mean, that's about as like. That's about as like. I mean, unless you go over the top of like an entire new repaint, that's about as subtle as you can go. If you want to keep it simplistic.
Oh, okay. So this isn't the version that comes with the GameCube controller. Never mind.
Yeah.
I lied to you.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. So it's just the the decal dock, Joy Cons and the digital version of Smash.
Uh-huh.
And the controllers is set separately. Both the GameCube one and the adapter, as well as the Smash, the Switch Pro controller as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's the Smash edition of the Switch Pro controller.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't be adverse to. Oh no, never mind. There is a bundle that comes with the GameCube controller.
Oh, which one is that?
This one was.
Oh, okay. I think I see it. Let's see.
I believe this one was showed at E3.
Is it okay? Because I have one bundle. Oh, it's sort of a special edition where like it's a physical version of the game, steel case, and it comes with the Switch Pro controller Smash edition. Unless you're looking something differently.
This is something different because it, like I say, comes with the GameCube controller. But I think this one is limited edition.
I mean, I feel like we're already late to the game.
And that's long past. God damn. Fuck me. Oh well. Probably still get this edition.
Right, like the one with the decals and all that.
Yeah, but other Smash news is Isabelle from Animal Crossing is going to be next character, and she's not she might be a little bit of an echo character of the a villager, but it's not like it's not apples and oranges.
Hey,
wait,
so
that's apples and apples, I should say. Is that the word?
That's a comparison.
They're not that similar. They might share a few different concepts, but otherwise their moves are like too different.
Mm-hmm. So, Jarron, just to backpedal here a little bit. There are eBay offerings for that limited edition that you're talking about.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
$280. This guy.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, I know. It's not like it's literally like price lower than a default Switch in a sense.
I know.
And this is coming from New York, so this is stateside. So you're not buying anything from China or shit like that. No, this is legit.
Oh, why'd you tell me that?
Hey, I guess this is because I care, Jarron. It's because I care about you.
Well, you'll probably get to this before I have enough money to get it. So kudos to you, listeners. you lucky fucks.
Yeah, true. Well, there are eBay links, and these are this is pretty much like a pre-order links at this point. So it's either get on top of it or not. And I'm talking to you, Jarron. I'm talking to you. This is the
Yeah.
ultimate limited edition Nintendo Switch with the physical copy of the game controller, and the adapter, as well as the Switch as well.
That fucking makes my dick real hard. I fucking love the. I mean, okay. Granted, I've used other things other than the GameCube controller. I've used the like the Wii U tablet to play Smash 4, and
Right.
it's not terrible. It's not the worst thing, but it always feels natural in the GameCube controller.
What, Smash?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one, but I've always felt at home with the Nintendo Trident, like Nintendo 64 Trident controller.
All right. Well, that's no, Jomel. No one did. No, don't even try to bullshit yourself.
No,
That's
no,
a
I'm no for real.
monstrosity.
No, because see, here's the thing. Here's an atrocity for myself. My brother and I, we never owned a GameCube ever. So, the only experience of like Melee we've ever had was like from my friend's house, and that's about it. Majority of the time of my brother and I ever playing Smash was old school OG Smash on the 64, and I felt so at home with the N64 Trident controller ever since. I just can't. Maybe it's because I haven't had an extensive time with the GameCube controller, but I've never been at home with a GameCube controller for Smash.
They need to release a limited edition of that.
Oh, the N64 Trident controller,
Yeah.
like just that old school. Oh man, I would definitely love that. Just bring something so convoluted back.
It'd be so fucking pointless.
I mean, it'd be so niche, but like, there'd be a market
people
for it.
use it.
Yeah, I'd be one of those people that would use it. So it's definitely something in my market.
Mhm. I mean, I'm just saying, Joma. I don't know. I just don't think it's
Comfortable.
it's not comfortable. It was interesting, as a child,
Uh-huh.
but it just wasn't.
No, I get you. I mean, I understand the sentiment, but I don't know. It just feels right at home. This is why I was a nunchuck player, like a nunchuck Wiimote player back in Brawl, back in the day, because the nunchuck is essentially that middle part, so it just felt so natural to me.
Right.
Like apparently, I didn't know that normal people don't use the nunchuck Wiimote combo.
No, they don't, because it's fucking awful.
Well, I can probably say that I'm that 1% then, or at least 2% maybe.
Yeah, you're a fucking weirdo.
So is there anything else?
Casual.
Hey, I'm not a casual. I'm a hardcore casual.
No, you're a fucking casual. I'm a hardcore casual.
I don't know if that makes it any better, but moving on. Is there anything else in Nintendo Direct that they covered extensively?
Oh, Animal Crossing 3 is coming out, or maybe it's not 3, but it's the next one. It's coming out next year.
All right. Well, I mean, I feel like the only game coming out so far this year is Smash, so everything else will be coming out at early 2019 essentially.
I mean, there's other shit coming out.
Oh, true. I'm just not.
FIFA.
Boy,
coming out.
Boy, are we the kind of people that play FIFA? Let's be honest. I don't want you. That's an insult. You just spit in my face. How dare you recommend FIFA on this podcast?
You're right.
Well, we don't even let our own play sports IRL. What are you doing, Jarron?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There you go.
Right.
That's coming out on the 5th of October.
Oh, I didn't know it was so close. I thought we still had another month, like November.
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
All right. Didn't you say you were excited for this one as well?
I am, because it's fucking weird.
Like weirder than the usual Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, you got a fucking laser spear. Like that's some sick shit right there.
From the gift from the gods.
Fucking the Spear of Leonidas.
Is Leonidas or Leonidas? I don't know.
However you fucking pronounce it.
Okay.
They put their own Greek flair on it.
You mean Greek?
Didn't I say that?
Well, yeah, you said Greek flair, but isn't that just Greek?
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, fair enough.
Right,
no,
well,
is it?
What?
No, it's Roman.
Leonidas and all that?
Isn't it Roman?
I'm not much of a history buff. For any listeners out there that are history buffs, please educate us, because we greatly appreciate that.
I'm gonna say this now. I'm pretty sure it's Roman.
Is it? Probably. We've been around. They've done Greek for a bit already, haven't they?
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, No, they haven't done Greek.
No? Oh, that's surprising. Okay, well.
You're thinking God of War. That was Greek.
Well, yeah, but like I felt like Assassin's Creed at least went down the Greek road once at
No.
least. No? Hmm.
Uh, you know what? Maybe the first one. No, that
Like no, that
was
was
like
Arabian, like the Arabian
yeah.
Arabian Nights and all that, or no, the Crusades. That's the Crusades.
Crusades. So it was
Yeah,
Crusades. Then it was Italy.
for like 5 years, and then
Yeah, and then it was
the colonial era,
colonial area.
then the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Fucking love that one. And then they had a
Definitely.
bunch of spin-offs: China, Russia,
Uh,
France, bunch of bullshit, and then
yeah.
Egypt, and now
Oh,
Rome.
don't forget the what is it, the industrial age
Oh right,
of England or the UK,
right.
and then it was Egypt, and
Right.
then Rome,
Rome
maybe.
or Greek, whatever
Wh-
it is.
whatever it is, but I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I might purchase this, but maybe I know you will, John.
It is Greek. Now
It
I'm
is
thinking about
Greek.
it because there is a Gorgon,
Oh,
and
okay.
Hercules fought the Gorgon. Hercules is Greek.
Okay. Well, there
There
you
we
go.
go.
Problem solved.
Heads up, you're fighting a Gorgon. It's not Assassin's Creed anymore. It's fucking bullshit.
Just use your light spear and go pachoo, and then just chop
Exactly.
the head off. Oh,
Maybe you get to use it.
all right, exactly. I mean, I haven't played it, nor did I try to put any time into it yet. But
Mhm.
have you tried the new Spider-Man game yet? Since it's been like a week, almost a week since it came out.
No, I really want to play it because I loved a lot of the old Spider-Man games. Spider-Man games, not Spider-Man games. Fucking
I mean, there's only been one good Spider-Man game.
no, there's been a couple.
Well, I can only think of one in the PS1
What?
era.
What? Spider-Man 2?
No, in the PS1 era.
I thought 2 did come out on the PS1.
No, Spider-Man. That Spider-Man 2 game was on the PS2.
Oh.
Yeah, like there was one more that I do remember playing way back in the day down the PS1. That
Mhm.
again, I don't know what the title was, but it's like it's the Amazing Spider-Man, and it had the kind of classic, like it had the swing mechanic, pretty standard back then. I don't know
Where you
how
just swung on the air.
yeah, exactly. You swung on the air, and there's like, it's kind of funny how they kind of bullshitted their way as to why you can't touch the grounds, because there's a like a was it there's a toxic gas that was released on the ground, so you're pretty much limited to staying in buildings. So
Okay.
that's how story wise they were able to bullshit their way as to why you can go in the streets.
Oh fucking K. I
But
remember there
no,
was one Spider-Man that I fucking loved. It was the one where I think Venom was not introduced, but like he was in the game at that point in time. Like he was newly in the game,
mm-hmm.
and it starts off with you chasing him through a building.
Oh, okay. Was that PS1 or PS2?
It was I think PS2. I
Okay.
remember it looked like looking back it looked like shit, so PS2.
So probably yeah. I do because I do remember that one PS1 game. Carnage was like a final boss in a sense
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that
that
one.
was the one.
Okay. Oh no, I think we're talking about the same game then at this point.
Oh,
Cause
maybe we are. Shit.
maybe, cause
Because Carnage had a lot to do with Venom.
yeah, cause like that was my first introduction to Carnage, and he was like one of my like between Venom and Carnage. Carnage was pretty much my favorite just because he was like fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So that was he was an interesting villain to like swing away from, because in this case you had to escape after you fought him like in a little lab.
Right.
So, but
I don't think I ever beat the game because I was shitty. Um, but like I saw a video of that whole sequence, and it's just bullshit. Like you don't even fight him; you're just running from him, and there's nothing you can do. He's got
yeah,
such dumb stuff that he can do to you.
pretty much right. But I don't know. I've been sort of debating whether I should like get the new Spider-Man game,
Mm-hmm.
like just out of like just because it's a new Spider-Man game, and I did enjoy, and it's essentially like a giant nostalgia trip, uh, as a basis.
A lot of
And
people are saying it's good.
yeah, I can't deny it. It looks good. Everyone says it's good. It's very tempting. It's so tempting right now. I can just
I
which is
mean,
one click away, honestly.
I mean, I'm not gonna push you to making any financial decisions that you might not want to make, but you should buy it.
Great advice, Jarron. Great advice.
And then give me your PlayStation account so I can play it.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, you can do that as long as you buy it digitally. You can do it. Yeah. You can just leech off of my account, right?
I'm currently leeching off a friend to play God of War.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
God damn it, Jarron. You know, it's okay. It's okay.
It works. It works.
It's what we do for what we love.
Right. PlayStation specifically said they wanted to make sure people could always share their games.
Exactly. They made that. They made that trailer that commercial which was how to share games, and it was like what 3 seconds. It's literally just passing one to the
I
other.
thought that was absolutely fucking hilarious. The first time I saw that, I'm like, damn, fucking got him real hard.
Great PR right there. He should that whoever came up with that PR stunt or that PR like move, raise right then and there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it wasn't even like something that was like, oh, we have to sit in a meeting. How are we gonna get back at Xbox today? They were just fucking just having a meeting. They saw Xbox like fucking whole situation like, wait, you can't like just give people games anymore. It's like, and then the next guy was like, got it. That's it. That's what we're doing. That's how we fight them.
Exactly, by sharing.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking great.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure it is great. I should say.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's what we love. But you know, today's episode is not just what we love, but also what we hate. So, I know, John, you might.
I was hoping to pad enough time so we'd have to do it another time.
Stall that we don't have to go through this episode of the podcast. No,
Yeah.
no, I suffered already as it is. I need my explanation. I need my detox at this point, and I have a lot to say, both good and bad, surprisingly. But, John, do you want to start off with as everyone already knows, your unanimous decided hated anime.
I don't think it's like. I know it's just not me. There's plenty of people that hate this anime.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like everyone should hate this anime, and everyone
but
that
for different
pretends to
reasons
like
though.
I mean, not even.
No, really? For the same
Like,
reason?
For the exact same reason. The main character's a piece of shit. Sekai's a piece of shit. Everyone in the show's a piece of shit except for Konoha and Setsuna. As rewatching it reminded me.
Oh, okay. Wait, Setsuna, that's the
She's the lolly looking one.
Ah, I see. That was Gerald's favorite. Okay.
So I mean, obviously, huge fucking spoilers because
Yeah. Before we continue, again, this is gonna be your spoiler warning. The anime that John and I will be covering will be heavily spoiled. So what John's gonna be covering is the anime School Days. So if you haven't watched it, and you probably shouldn't
played it,
then, or if you haven't played it or watched it, then this is your spoiler warning now. And as far as me, I will be covering Kano. If you've never heard of it, good for you. But if you heard of it but you want to watch it, or if you want to read the manga of the same name, then don't listen past this because I'll be spoiling a lot of story elements as well.
Wait, isn't it also a game?
Kano?
I mean, it did the whole arc thing, I would imagine.
It did the whole arc thing, but it took it from the manga. So, like, it's like the original source is a manga, which is weird.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this is your spoiler warning, guys. If this is where you stop, so we'll see you again next time. Thank you for downloading it. Downloading us as usual. You can catch us all on the links down below. Whether it's finding us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
Do a time link to the very end of the podcast.
Probably. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna redirect it through a podcasting app.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because this is usually where I put the ending theme here. So
that's a good point.
Just follow it.
Take on me. There's the ending. Bye.
Okay, there you go. So, School Days are on. How does it feel like revisiting?
I absolutely hated every fucking second of it because here's the thing. I've told the story like maybe twice now on the podcast.
Probably more, but go on.
Here's a fucking summary. The first time I watched it, I saw the first episode. And I'm like, this looks pretty tame, pretty interesting. And I saw all the comments and like, he's a fucking piece of shit. He deserves what he got at the end. So I was like, what the fuck's happening? So I watched the second episode. I'm like, I don't understand. And then I saw a clip of the last scene of one of the last scenes of the last episode. I'm like, oh fucking K, how did we
Mm-hmm.
get here? So my curiosity was piqued. So as I started watching, my world started falling apart, and then by the end, I was glad the fucking main character got his shit wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do as quick as possible synopsis as I can of this fucking shit show. Um, so the main character is Makoto. Fuck, Makoto. Who cares about
Makoto.
his last name? Makoto. Mac.
Makoto fuckhead.
Yeah, Makoto fuckboy. Um, he's a regular high school student. I don't remember what year he is. He's
It should be a first year, honestly. Yeah, first
probably a
year.
first year. He takes a train to school every day, and he sees this girl that's in his school, and he's always admiring her from afar. He's always wanted to like get with her, and so he took a picture of her because blah blah some yada yada. If you keep the picture of the girl you like on your phone, she'll fall in love with you. Blah 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 blah. Then he meets this girl named Sekai in class, and she's like, "Hey, I'll help you get with this Kotonoha person because no fucking reason why."
Plot
So
convenience.
plot convenience. So eventually, she does help him get with her. They go on a date. They become boyfriend girlfriend. Yada yada, and things are decent until Makoto's like, "Oh, well, I'm a fucking piece of shit. Taking things slow is tiring. I want to fuck." It's like,
No.
and it's like, Sekai, I want to make out with Kotonoha. She's like, "All right, this is how you do it. Take her to a movie, do that, do that." So takes her to a movie, tries to get in deep. At this point in time, I was in the anime. I'm like, all right, I understand. She's hot. You wanted to do stuff. I get it, but you got to take it slow. And he tries to pull something at the theater. I'm like, no, bad. You're doing bad. You got to take it slow. So Sekai gave him another set of tickets to take her to another movie. So they went, and then he tried it again. After me objecting to him not being a piece of shit, but he does it anyway. He tries to get in for a kiss, and she's like, no, 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 I don't want none of that. She starts avoiding him. Or no, they do kiss. Wait, maybe I'm getting mixed up. They kiss at some point, and it's okay. But then he tries to grope her, and she's not about that.
Mm.
And then she starts avoiding him, and
Well, she doesn't avoid
I
him.
wanna, I want my dick touched. I don't want to fucking wait. So how do I, make Tonoha give me the puss. And Sekai's like, well, you got to learn how to treat a girl intimately. Oh, by the way, before this, after fucking Makoto and Kotonoha got together, Sekai stole a kiss from Makoto, saying, hey, let's, we're, good job. Kiss, and I was like, let me get in them pants, boy, kind of kiss. So, going back to what I was saying, she was like, all right, I need to teach you about how to be intimate with a girl. So come to my house and let's have sex. I'm at this point, I'm like, what? How did we fucking get here? Like, we need to chill out. We're at fucking hyperspeed right now. I don't even know what's going on. So they fuck. And now he's quote unquote falling in love with Sekai, and now he's avoiding Kotonoha. Kotonoha's like, all right, well, maybe I'm. Kotonoha's a fucking sweetheart, by the way. She's a fucking adorable titty chan, and I love her. But she invites Makoto and friends to go to the pool, and she tries to be more forward with him, but he's not interested because he's a piece of shit, and he's doing more with Sekai, and Kotonoha's getting sadder and sadder, and it turns out fucking Makoto's sleeping with all these fucking girls in school, and unbeknownst to Sekai or fucking Kotonoha, but I think it was it's Setsuna is Katon no Setsuna is Sekai's friend,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
And
that's how it is.
she knows that Makoto is sleeping with other girls, so it's like, fuck off, Makoto, go sleep with other people, leave Sekai alone. And she's trying to push him back towards Kotonoha, which isn't going well. There was like, all right, here's a big scene, and for people that have dealt with like like sexual abuse and shit like that. I'm sorry, but it's a point in the show that they had to fucking make apparently. But
Wait, no, I think you're mixing up just a little bit. In the
am I?
yeah, you have up until where Setsuna is set on making sure Makoto stays with Sekai because she's leaving. Because
Is that what it
Setsuna,
is? I thought it was the other way around.
no, because Setsuna was always with Sekai. Because then she's like, she's that's her BFF. But then she's
Oh,
leaving,
right.
and then she's like, there's no one else. There's no one else to keep Sekai company. So I have to make sure that you, Makoto, stay with Sekai and fuck everyone else.
All
And
right,
then
you're right. You're right.
and
You're
then you
right.
can continue on to what you're about to say, which I think I know what you're gonna get into.
So, uh, there was a whole school dance thing coming up, and Kotonoha was like, "Hey, let's dance during the party or doing the dance, the folk dance, how they do in anime, in high school anime sometimes." And Makoto shitlord himself is like, "Oh yeah, sure, we'll do that. Yeah," making his empty fucking promises. And then a couple events happen. There's this girl named Otome. She's like queen bitch. She's like, she's one of the main people fuckboy sleeping with. Um, she orchestrates with his best friend, saying like, yeah, no, they're not together. You can fucking do whatever you want to her. She's, it doesn't matter. She's single, and like, she sees them. He, the friend's name was I started with a T. Let's call him T fuckboy or what?
No, that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, the T fuck boy. He confronted Kotonoha in like the I don't know, the supply closet somewhere, and she was like, "Hey, I really like you, blah blah blah. I really want to do things with you, blah blah blah. We, let's go out because since you're not with Ombre." And Kotonoha's like, "No, what are you talking about? We're together." And then she like runs out and she sees Makoto and Sekai dancing together, it's folk dance, and like that's kind of breaks her. And then I guess I don't remember what exactly. At this point in time, I was fuming, so I don't remember exactly what happened. But essentially, he started, like forcing himself on her and like raped her essentially because while she didn't say no, she was at the
Yeah.
that anime mental break kind of thing where she was just absent.
And we're talking about a T fuck boy as well.
Yeah, T fuck boy did that to her because in his mind he was like, well, it's okay, I don't need consent,
I
fuck
mean,
that.
I remember that scene too. I don't even remember how it even got to that point. It just
Right,
happened.
exactly. It's just like even rewatching it, I was like, how do we get here? Like, again, it was because Otome said that they're not together and that he can do whatever he wants to her. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that led him down that thought path, I suppose, but still, fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
So now Kotonoha's real fucked up because all this happened to her. Poor girl, sweet, sweet, beautiful Kotonoha-chan. But and then it goes on. So Makoto starts cheating on Sekai and Kotonoha more and more. What is it? They then the girls start bullying Sekai. They were bullying Kotonoha before because one, she had big boobs and was hotter than them, but also now she was bullying. She was getting bullied when Makoto started sleeping around because she thought she was still with people, and then eventually they started bullying Sekai because she thought she was still with him, and he was trying to get with. So she's trying to be the girlfriend and everything, and be like, "Hey, I'm pregnant." She, confronted him about being pregnant, and he thought she was lying, and she like threw up in his lap and shit, and like after all that shit, she started skipping school, and um, now that all the girls heard that Sekai might be pregnant, all the other girls stopped sleeping with him. So he's like, I can't get my fucking dick touched anymore. And he remembers that Kotonoha was like there and wanted to continue the relationship. So he went back to her, quote unquote, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. We can still be together, and like shit like that, and they were about to go back to his apartment to have sex, and Sekai was at the apartment cooking him dinner because she wanted to try to get their life together because she was pregnant and wanted to have a family kind of deal, but Makito's like, fuck you. I really like Katona. I don't like you, you bitch. So she runs off screaming. And him and Katona have sex, and then later on, Sekai invites. Oh, by the way, during this, at some point in time, Setsuna was trying to make sure that uh, Makoto would stop cheating on people, so she offered herself to him. But I don't think they went through with it. If I remember correctly.
No, they did.
They did. Oh, so yeah. So he fucked Setsuna. Not that really changed anything. Um, and then she went off to France, and then Sekai was in the apartment cooking him dinner, and then Makoto was being a piece of shit. Then Tona and him spent the night together, and then sometime later, I think, between her showing up into his house and skipping school and telling him the first time that she was pregnant was about 6 months. Because that's important for this next scene, or next couple of scenes, is that she invites Makoto over to talk about shit. So he comes over. Sakai invites Makoto over to talk about shit. So they come up. He comes over, and it's like, all right, we're gonna go blah 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 blah. I guess he left his phone somewhere in the house because he got a text and went to it. And when you looked at his phone, it said it was from Sekai that said goodbye and I'm sorry and goodbye. And like he turns around, she's there with a fucking kitchen knife and stabs the ever loving shit out of this dude. And I was like, I don't know how many times I've replayed that scene. Like I that was fucking justice for me. It felt good.
I can only imagine, Jarron.
Oh my god.
I mean, if I were to like put my 2 cents, I was just horrified because I honestly didn't want it to go that way. I was hoping it'd just be a sad ending and I can just continue my day, but no. There was actual bloodshed at the end of all of it.
So she fucking killed him and fucking left, and then I guess it was at his house, I believe. And the Katona house showed up at his place and saw his dead body, and she's already off the deep end at this point. She calls up. She uses his phone and calls up Sekai, saying, "Hey, we should meet on the roof." Sekai's obviously confused. I just killed this bastard. What the fuck? So curiously, she shows up on the roof of the school, and it was Katona Hall that texted her, and she said, I forget exactly what they said, but she showed Sekai the disembodied head of Makoto that Katona Hall cut off, and through using that as a surprise, she fucking knocked her over the fucking head with a hatchet or some shit, and then cut open her stomach to check if she was pregnant or not. And then she's like, "There's no baby here. You weren't pregnant." And then obviously Sekai dies from getting her fucking stomach slashed. And then the last scene of the anime is Katona Hall on a fucking boat with his head saying, "Now we can be together forever." And I was like, after that, I was just like, this right here, this show fucking right here, this is the reason why I fucking want to die. Like this is the shit right here that never needed to be made, and I fucking hate it. I hate it so damn much.
All right, Jarron. So, after going through the whole summary of the entire show, how does this make you feel? As revisiting it, like, and why do you feel this way?
I am thoroughly heated right now, Jomel. I am thoroughly heated. I'm trying to keep my voice low because everyone in my fucking house is asleep.
Right.
But like, I wanna. Where I am right now, I need to be at the fucking roof. You reopened a gate that I had thought I was able to at least keep relatively closed.
Right.
But no, you fucking unleashed the goddamn beast now. I have to fucking tear this shit apart. No, fuck this anime and everything it stands for. Now, granted, I'm gonna get the niceties out now. It was well crafted as a story of what would happen if a main character actually got a fucking harem.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't say actually. what would actually happen if a piece of shit got a harem.
Mm-hmm.
He would get, he would become that kind of asshole.
Right.
And it portrayed that well. It had a perfect amount of drama. Not all of it made exact sense, like the whole rape part. That didn't. It wasn't. I felt like it wasn't necessary enough, to get to that level because it didn't really carry anything outside of just showing how broken she was before it actually happened. Um, and certain things like what else didn't make sense. I'm drawing a blank right now. I can only think of just what I'm saying is the only good part about the show is that it's well crafted in what it did.
And as far as like what genre it comes from.
As far as what genre it comes from, but the amount of bullshit that we don't need to fucking deal with in this show is too damn high. We could have just
Right.
fucking had, and we could have, we
Or you could breathe Jarron in, out, inhala, exhala, inhala,
fuck,
exhala.
exile on my fucking dick hole. This fucking piece of human absolute garbage. Like, you don't understand. The first when I as soon for like the next 3 months, I had a mental red fucking target on this fucking non-existent douchebag, and at that point in time, I said anybody that treats women like this is a fucking absolute piece of garbage. Deserves the hottest pits of hell.
So you know, I think what what School Days does well is that how real that kind of situation could happen, because people can be assholes and just terrible people.
Asshole doesn't begin to describe, Jomel. It doesn't begin to fucking describe.
But it can be quite scary that this like a situation like School Days could actually happen. Like it's an actual possibility in reality.
Oh, it's all too possible, and unfortunately, it happens all the damn time. Maybe
Well,
not specifically as
to that
it is
extreme.
in this, but still.
Yeah.
Good people get fucked.
And bad people do bad things.
And let me tell you this. Everybody in the show was bad except for Setsuna and fucking Kotonoha. I thought it was just Kotonoha before, but no, Setsuna was she was looking out for her homegirl, and she was stupid too. She didn't know what to do. She thought that was the best option, but obviously it failed. He's a bigger piece of shit than she is a nice person. So, her fucking shit went out in the vein. Katana was a fucking good girl. She has a fucking good family. She's just fucking good person all around. Yeah, okay, sure, you can say, yeah, she's yandere. She fucking killed people. Yeah, she fucking got you fucking ripped the innocent heart of a fucking girl out and you stomped into the ground. Yeah, she's gonna fucking all that purity is gonna fucking disappear and she's gonna become a fucking flying shit show. What do you fucking expect? Like, fucking kiss my ass. Anyone that fucking says this, yeah, it wasn't that bad, you can fucking go to hell. You can burn right next to him. Talk about your anime. I need to chill out.
I was gonna say, are you done?
Yes. No, I won't ever be done.
That's
but
true.
We need to move on.
You just can't even with this anime, but it's okay. It's okay. If you got anyone who's interested, all the anime will be listed down below.
Oh my god.
If you're ever interested or brave enough to go through what Jarron's going through.
I mean, I just spoiled the whole fucking thing, so.
True. Unless you want to play the game, you can have multiple different endings.
Yeah. Let me not even talk about the fucking game. So.
All right.
There's yeah. Go.
We'll move on. So unfortunately, my hatred for this series isn't as it isn't as heated as Jarron's, but it is quite passionate just because it hits me on a personal level.
I'm quite literally sweating.
Is it cold sweat, Jarron?
Yeah. No, it's fucking anger. Like, my hands are hot and, like, everything. Like, I can't fucking.
So it's just unbearable for you at this moment. All right, it's fine. I'll entertain you with my own little banter against this little harm of a series. All right, so the series in question, I've actually talked about this before in the podcast. Maybe not as extensively, which I'm about to do now. But the name of it, the name of the series is called Photo Kano, and actually doing a little bit of some research around the source material of it is a visual novel.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a visual novel, but the first time I ran into it was a manga. So I guess someone adapted it into a manga from the visual novel, and then the anime was was rooted from the visual novel. This is probably why I hate the anime than the manga. So this makes a lot more sense. And this is what this I'll explain to you guys as to why I hated the anime in general. So basic synopsis, very quick. It's about Kazuya. He's a high freshman. He's a first year high school student that is enjoying life and would like to just is enjoying life and would like to indulge himself in like small hobbies like darts, for example, or even bowling. But like the most recent thing that he's come into contact with, as far as a hobby goes, is photography because his dad gave him his old camera and he carries it around and just takes pictures of all the pretty girls around his entire harem.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. Okay, so I know it's pretty like bland as any harem anime, right? Because you've got like the childhood friend, you've got like the senpai, you got the underclassman, you got like the student council president, you got a bunch of different girls here.
You got your little sister.
Yeah, that's also she's also part of that. Like, I don't think it's well, I don't think it's necessarily implied romantically, but there's a level of uncomfortable closeness, as one would not normally see. But so the reason, the way the whole anime works is it's something called an omnibus format, whereas that each girl actually has has their own arc within the entire series. So the entire series is about what 12 episodes long. If I'm correct, 12 or 11. No, 13. There are 13 episodes of all Photo Kano, and all the girls except the I guess the main heroine have at least 1 or 2 episodes of screen time when it comes to the main character and the girl's romantic progression. Because like from episodes 1 through, was it 1 through 3? Yeah, no, from episodes 1 through 5 or 6.
They were just setting shit up, right?
No, episodes 1 through 6 was just one girl's arc. So
yeah,
no, like just one girl, and then the rest of them was just like 1 or 2 episodes. So majority of the attention, majority of the screen time went to someone named Nimi Haruka, which is like the childhood friend of the main character. So she got majority of the screen time when it came to like the series. So she got like 6 episodes, while all the other girls got like 1 or 2 at best. Now, the whole anime is centered around the fact that the main character is starting to come into a love for photography and finds opportunities to capture memories through the lens. And that's really it's so cringy every time he says that. But see, I can't deny the direction that they're going for when it comes to the main character's the main character's motivation. Because if you guys have never known this, I'm actually quite an amateur photographer myself, maybe semi pro. I don't know. I'm being humble right now, but I'm pretty confident with the camera. Good 9-10 years of using one and doing my own specialty and gigs and stuff like that. Now, this hit home for me specifically because it's a photography centered anime where it's photography in itself is sort of its main niche, its main thing. And I have to say, the way they use photography in this series was, my God, one of the most. Sorry, give me a moment, because like I had to go through like this, like the first first 4 episodes with that kind of anger. It was utilized in a way where it was essentially just a giant plot device, essentially just for fan service.
Yep.
Like.
It's honestly fucking
like, see,
it's
it was
uncomfortable actually.
Exactly, it's not just uncomfortable, but I was just insulted, honestly. How I was insulted as the way they use it. I mean, granted, the way the visual novel works in terms of a game, it's that photography aspect is essentially the game mechanic where all the girls will be motivated to be your models in your photography. And that's essentially the mechanic to get you progress with whoever girl you want to come to a good ending with.
Right.
Now, all honesty, just that like just those like that first arc was probably the worst arc out of all of them. And surprisingly,
Yeah, it was honestly kind of, if I remember correctly, it wasn't like it was. It was, I guess, if you want to say good, it's good at setting up the quote unquote world of the
yeah,
anime.
definitely, and kind of like you can either hate or like the main character and the way he approaches his newly found hobby.
He was the main character. I mean, no, okay, I guess you can't say he wasn't a standard one. He was.
He wasn't a standard, but like I can't see. I can't hate him too much because I see a little bit of himself of me. I see a little bit of myself within him when I first started photography, where I was just so motivated to go out and shoot because I had a new camera, finding things to take up inspiration, and all that. Just the only thing that bothered me is that none of these girls or none of the situations that he put himself in when it came to photographing a, let's say, I don't know, a very provocative kind of framing, there was a lot of acceptance to it, and I found that really hard to swallow, just because ethically that is not right. That is not ethically right, and I can't stand. If anything, I'd prefer it was if it was like, so okay. So in the series, there's actually two photography clubs. There's one that's more normal that they take up,
Oh right.
like actual like everyday inspirational things to photograph, and then there's the photographic club or photography club, that calls for how do they piece it together, erotic beauty,
Yeah.
if that's how I want to spin it.
Yeah.
And see, even today I can handle a little bit of ecchi, but I just can't. I can't take that much amount of ecchi and nonsensical provocativity in photography as a main mechanic. It's so insulting, and I'm gonna sound so like like elite. I'm gonna sound so elitist for this, but it just tarnishes the art form itself, the medium. It's just a giant slap into the face as to what photography should be instead of what it rewards you.
I mean, I'll give you that. It's literally. I don't know if I want to say. I guess it is kind of poking fun of like I said, the art, and anyone that's really into something like a little bit more than a hobby, a little less than a profession, would be like scoff at it. I guess that's the word for it.
Right, exactly. And thankfully though, again, I only found it surprising because I only stopped at the first arc. I was done with the anime after I finished that first arc, and I sort of regret it because that first arc was probably just the worst arc out of what, all five, I think. Yeah, either five or four.
If I remember correctly, there was childhood friend, train girl, mama, sister, and
and president.
President.
Yeah.
Mama and train girl were my favorite.
So what I found out was like I said before, the only problem I actually had with it was actually just the ecchi part of it, and just how harem centric, or not harem, yeah, how harem centric it was.
Right.
And there was I only found, there were only two good episodes. Only two good episodes throughout the entire series that I found that was actually really engaging and actually a lot more interesting when it came to story progression, without the whole erotic low shot photographic niche thing. And those two episodes are essentially just like conflict zones, or conflict moments of between the main character and also the main heroine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
wait, was it the childhood friend or was it the
childhood friend? Yeah.
Okay, so it was still that one. Okay.
Yeah, only because like those two episodes had little amount of like ecchi photography.
It was just photography.
It was just photography. Like the moments when he did use photography, it was beautiful. Where like he captured the moment of like them rekindling their friendship, them confessing their love for each other, and also being able to.
I do remember that. That was really sweet.
Exactly. Those were really good episodes because they didn't they didn't use photography just for like the fan service part of it.
Didn't they go to the beach for that? If I remember.
Yeah, there was a beach episode for one thing. One of the episodes was the beach episode, and it was just them, having a normal beach episode, having fun. Him taking pictures of her, and in the water, because that's his thing. But it's not like it's natural, because you do take pictures at the beach with your friends, right?
Right.
That's a normal
Right.
thing.
Right.
That's how it progresses through, and it was so done naturally without any kind of like weird
Extra bullshit.
exactly without any weird extra etchy bullshit and all that. And okay, and maybe the only other minor thing I could think of is the fact that he also used some of his photography as a form of blackmail, specifically towards the student council president.
Yeah.
Like he'd always bring it up, like in a way to get his way. Again, he didn't mean any harm, but I personally didn't like him using that as a form of negotiation.
She essentially she was late for school and snuck in, and he caught a picture of her doing it.
Pretty much, even though she's the very rule-following student council president, and
I
she
think
found
she's also
that
top of her class, I think.
yeah, so she found herself at a high esteem level, so she couldn't risk her reputation.
She's also on the swim team, if I remember.
On her arc, she was formerly on the swim team, and then she became student council president because of that.
Okay.
But then she ended up going back to the swim team after that loving relationship between the main character and her.
Okay.
In her arc. So yeah, I mean, personally, Kano, I really okay. Maybe it might have been too early to call because I only finished that first arc, but the entire anime did still had some of its extra bullshit when it came to the photographic aspects of it.
Right.
I can't completely give the same level of hate, but I still dislike it because of how they're using photography as a mechanic in either in the series, either this as a anime series.
If I remember correctly, well, two things specifically that I couldn't really remember. Well, I do remember one with Mama Chan. I remember there was like one picture that was really weird. Otherwise, there wasn't very much photography in her arc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty much.
It was just them being in a relationship, kind of.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
it was
starting one, I don't know.
it wasn't as bad, but like
And then I believe I stopped watching it when the sister got involved. I'm like, I'm done here. But then if I also remember correctly, there was some magic weird shit some supernatural shit going on. There was a reason why it was arcing, wasn't it?
No, not really.
That had to deal with the president of the photography club. He was like, I don't know, doing something weird.
Not really. The way the president worked is that during each major arc, he'd be like the photography club would actually kind of back him up as their bros when it came to the pursuits.
Yeah.
Per different arc. So it would just sort of just like the president of the photography club would just help him out in the background if something were to go wrong, or other members of the photography club. So, but it just differed per different arc. So each arc would actually be non-related to each other at all.
Well, yeah, but I could have sworn I remember like at the end of one of the episodes, some weird shit happened. Like he was like throwing pictures of everything that happened in the past in this weird time loopy scene. Didn't that happen?
I'm not following for some reason. Are we talking about the same anime? I feel like
I know we are, because I specifically remember like that was one of the last things I remember seeing in that show. It was like it was at the end or in the middle. No, it was at the end of the episode with the other girl that liked photography, but she had to leave on a train or something. I think she was the second route or the third route.
Wait, train.
Remember the girl with the blue hair and she was like super shy and didn't talk to anybody?
No. Okay.
Wait,
for
am
that.
Am I talking about another anime?
I feel like you're, because the girl you're talking about, that's the second arc, and her arc ended normally. She was just a shy girl that didn't really smile, and then main character Kazuya broke her out of her shell and started going out.
I thought there was something about a train, like her leaving or something.
No.
Huh. What the fuck did I watch?
Are you okay, Jarron?
I don't know. Maybe my brain's all scrambled from anger.
Probably. Okay, but just to wrap it all up, and in my end, Kano. Again, maybe just me. If ecchi is your thing, and weird extra fan servicey photographic bullshit is your thing, then go right ahead. Now, honestly, the manga is a lot better just because the way it's structured completely differently. Since you have to restructure a manga than you would have for a game. So it felt a lot of the moments in the manga are actually a lot more tame. It was a lot more. I wouldn't say tame, but it was a little bit pulled back. It was pulled back just a slight than what the anime was providing. So, if anything, I would prefer the manga than its original source material, or even the anime, because I mean, for the source material, the visual novel, of course, you're there for, you're there for the suck. You're there for the suck and for the camera, for the camera suck. So that's always gonna end up in your favor when it comes to certain endings or certain pursuits. But in the anime, I don't know. Anime was very redundant when it came to its use of the mechanic and just the way how the main character utilized his own photography style when in his daily life, and that I just couldn't take it. I couldn't as an artist or as a fellow photographer. I just couldn't fathom the decisions that he made, or even the mental thoughts he thought of to go about the way his newly found hobby of photography was.
He just wanted some suck.
He did. Now, if you want to watch a really good photography kind of photography based anime, then Tada Will Not Fall in Love is a really good one. Just saying. Bit of a slip in right here. Just saying, because after I watched Tadakoi, that was pretty much my go-to photography anime for my list. Not Kano. Just saying.
I mean, I'm just saying, Jomel. considering our last podcast about fan service, and how if you can't go into an anime not expecting fans, that says that it's ecchi, and then not expect ecchi.
Okay, see, I'll be honest here. I was quite ignorant in the beginning, way in the beginning, because the manga was a little bit more tame, a little bit pulled back of its etchiness. When the anime came out, I was just flabbergasted with the bullshit that came out of it.
I mean, I'll probably have to read the manga. Wait, did you finish the manga?
I don't think I finished it at the time because it was still ongoing.
Oh, okay.
So
how did the anime end? Was the little sister the last?
Yeah, route? she was the last episode or arc of the girls. So.
What, did they actually fall in love, or was it just oh yeah, we'll be the best brother and sister?
No, left open to your imagination.
I don't like that.
You could say.
Then I stopped at a good point.
I mean, you were at the last episode. You might as well have finished it.
No.
But yeah,
we don't need incest.
No, I don't know. You see, Jarron, I may be neglected to some degree. I may neglect certain incest routes, but there are some pretty good incest routes.
No, there's not.
And that was such a terrible sentence to say.
Yes, there was.
Yeah, but I don't regret it.
Incest.
Yo, hold on. What are you trying to insinuate here? I wasn't talking about anything under the age of sorts.
I didn't say,
You just said pedophile. What do you? You're obviously insinuating something. I don't know
what you're talking about, Jomel. You're the one that said it.
I didn't say. You're the one that literally said pedophilia.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean.
You know what, Jarron? It's fine. We're gonna end it right here. Okay. Yeah. We've been going on for a bit. We've gotten a lot of the hate that's in our heart out. No, for a little bit.
My head fucking hurts now.
Well, go watch something wholesome, and then maybe that'll help you feel better. Or Gurren Lagann, I don't know, whichever the two.
One of them will happen.
Yeah. So, as always, guys, thank you for thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading us, as usual. We always do our best to give you guys the best quality content every week. Where can they find us, Jarron?
You can find us on Facebook and Twitter for social media wise. We're also trying to get up our try to get our Instagram going. Jomel's been posting pictures. Unfortunately, I have a rather boring life, so I haven't posted anything. You can listen to us / watch us on YouTube and our other channel, WBA TV. You can also find the podcast on Google Play, iTunes. Damn it!
Are you getting a blink? Are you getting a blink? I'm waiting for it.
Come on. It's not.
What happened to the note that that you were supposed to write?
Right, I should have. Damn it! I was supposed to do that. My brain keeps going to pick up notes, but I know that's not it. Don't tell me. It starts with an R.
No.
Damn it.
You know, I feel so bad for these guys because they're the ones that contacted us.
And they're fucking great for it, but my foolish brain can never remember. It's notes. It's listen notes.
There we go.
I got it. Listen notes.
All right, listen notes. Thank you so much. Please ignore Jarron's forgetfulness sometimes.
It's not that I forget you because of anything like malicious. I'm just dumb.
we have a lot going for our lives, so you guys can understand. We appreciate you guys, nonetheless. Listen notes.
We honestly appreciate everyone that hosts our fucking podcast.
Exactly.
Places also including Stitcher, things like the Stitcher app, and really any place that might hold an RSS feed. You might find us there.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of how's it work? Podcasting places just kind of pick up the feed and
pretty much
put it on their
Yeah, I mean, once we put stuff on the air, it's pretty much on the internet live wave, and if you look up our name, we'll be there. So whatever podcasting app you guys are listening to, any of your podcasts, you can just find us by looking up our name.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, and just before we go, guys, I'm gonna remind you guys again, every week up until then. But I have recently registered for DaishoCon 2018 in November 16th to the 18th.
Daisho.
It's gonna be up in Wisconsin Dells. I'm already set with a badge as well as a hotel room nearby. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but maybe I might do a roadshow. Maybe I might just do a little vlog. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But I'll keep up this announcement. Maybe, I don't know, if you guys want to try to find me, or maybe even want to be part of a little roadshow for a little bit of a segment, then just hit us up on the Twitter, and then we can negotiate or communicate a little bit and see how that goes. But until then, that's until November, so we still got plenty of time to prepare, and I need cosplay ideas to to go through and see what I need to cosplay for the 3 days, because I'm going all 3 days, Friday through Sunday, so that'll be quite a trip for myself.
Yeah, definitely videotape a lot because I want to know what it's like.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a water park over there, so I want to get some swimsuit cosplayers as well.
Oh, it's that one though, the swimsuit one. Oh,
yep.
Fuck.
It's that DaishoCon.
Oh man.
So I'm really excited for this. I'm pretty much all set, so I'm gonna just prepare my dick and just geek out over there like usual. So
I'm gonna tell you who's probably gonna go. I need you to get an autograph from Jessica Nigiri because call me a vanilla cosplayer, cosplay lover, because I don't know that many cosplayers. I don't know maybe 2 or 3, and one of them has been voted off the cosplayer island.
As most of us would know.
As most of us would know, but I know Nigiri might be there, so get something from her.
Will do. If she's
Penny
there, I'll
Underbus
probably.
Is there. You give me something from her too.
There is somebody that will be there that I'm hopefully if he's willing to just give me some time to talk. Praz D, also known as Sungwon Cho, also the head star of Anime Crimes Division by Crunchyroll. He's gonna be at DaishoCon, so hopefully I kind of just get a few words from him, and we can talk for a little bit, since he also does a podcast as well.
Also, quick fun fact, if you didn't know, We got the name of our podcast from was it the first episode of Anime Crimes Vision?
Yep, that was actually one of the dialogue that uh he said to his new partner.
Yeah.
So we hold our name quite inspiration, and since the man that said it himself is gonna be at Daishokan, I'm kind of excited and a little bit of fanboying a little bit to see if I can even just get within 1 foot of him just to say hi.
I mean, don't fucking geek out at the man. He's a regular guy.
Senpai.
Oh my!
Notice me. Notice me, senpai. And if he gives me some like Anime Crimes Division quotes, oh my god, I'm gonna just fucking die. Like Nani,
his voice
like
is fucking gorgeous. So make sure you get some audio of that.
yeah, right. Like Nani, the fuck are you doing here, boy? Like,
Oh man,
I'm definitely gonna geek out though.
he could do some ASMR.
May probably some weird like deep voiced ASMR. Yeah.
I'd be down. I'd listen to it.
But as always, guys, my name's Jomel Socorro,
My name's Jarron Gaddis.
and we are the Wannabe Boo Podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest game anime news, reviews, and waifus for lifeu.
Thanks for listening to us, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.